Well, folks, in today's video, I'm going to be attempting to set up this vintage 1960s era Tyco Mantua train set. I picked this thing up at the Iron Prior train show simply because I thought it looked really cool. I mean, it's a 1960s train set. How can you go wrong with that? And as far as I can tell, this thing is in excellent condition. I'll open it up so you guys can actually have a look at what's going on inside. You can see we've got the original pamphlets from the factory. Both of them, I guess that's the instruction manual. And as for what's actually in here, we've got the locomotive, a gondola, a boxcar, some sort of log tipping car, and a caboose. There's even the original track and wiring in here, so I just had to pick this thing up. So anyways, we're going to try to set this thing up, and hopefully by the end of this video, we will have a working Tyco Mantua train set, so that should be pretty fun. I have no clue if any of this stuff works. I just picked it up and brought it home. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't even know if this engine runs, but we'll find out soon enough, I guess. So we're going to attempt to take this engine out. And there we go. Now let's take her over to the track and give her a little test. I'd say there's a good chance this thing will be a little bit loud, as a lot of these old Tyco Mantuas are, usually due to dried grease. Anyways... Wow, okay. Well, I mean, she runs. Current's a little high, but kind of to be expected of a 50-some-year-old engine. Wheels could probably use a good cleaning too, but I mean, this thing's running fine. I've seen way worse before. So that's nice. So I believe there's enough track in this set to complete it, but even if there isn't, it doesn't really matter. I can supplement a few pieces. One thing that's really weird about this set, and I didn't know this of old train sets, but not all these sets came with controllers, and I think that's because in the 1960s, electricity wasn't invented yet, so, you know, why bother putting a controller in an electric train set, because you have nothing to plug it into. Yes, that's a bad joke. Anyways, we're gonna try setting all this track up. Looks like it's got the original rail joiners. Barely used. This track is probably gonna need some cleaning. Anyways, we're gonna set up this track. And hopefully get a fine train set. I hope we have a terminal to plug in that Tyco controller I got. Joiners on these are nice and thick, which is something great. Joiners these days are very thin. They look a lot better, but they don't work as well. I might have to supplement a few pieces of track. Not a big deal. I have a feeling... There we go. Here's something interesting. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. That's an Atlas terminal, so I'm not sure if this is default. It's got the same joiners as the rest of the track though, so I'm not sure if Tyco maybe was using Atlas track. I don't know, let me see. This is all Atlas track. Weird. I wonder if Tyco Mantua was having Atlas make their track. That's something I never would have guessed. It could be that this track is just not original to the set, but it certainly looks the part for when this would have been made, so my guess is, yeah, Tyco Mantua had Atlas. They contracted their track to Atlas. Anyways, we've got that all set up. Now we just have to wire up our dandy Tyco controller, which hopefully works. And we're going to be using the real stuff that came with this, because we got to keep it original here on the SMT channel. For any beginners out there who maybe haven't wired up a piece, it doesn't matter which wires go to which terminal. All it affects is the direction of the locomotive, and that's same for the terminals on the controller. And it doesn't matter because on most controllers you can change the direction of your locomotive. So even if you wire it the quote-unquote wrong way, it won't really make much of a difference. One thing I always do when wiring something like this up with a screw, try to get it so that the winding goes with the screw. That way it will kind of pull it in, because if you tighten it the other way, it tends to push the wire out, which is not what you want when you're trying to get a nice tight connection like this. And one thing I just want to point out to any beginners out there, always make sure you've wired it up to the track side and not the accessory side. Back when I was a kid, me and my grandfather were trying to set up a little electric train set, and we weren't paying attention, and we hooked up the track to the accessory side, put AC current in the track, and wound up frying the motor on one of my dad's old model trains. So yeah, always be mindful of this, because it's a decision you will not regret. Anyways, with that, we're going to wire these up to the DC side, and try to see if we can get our little train set working. So we'll have to see if this controller works. We at least know the engine works now. And hopefully our controller will. Hey, look at that. And we do have a directional switch on this controller, so yeah. Oh, there we go. So that works. Now it's time for the exciting part. Let's put a bit of rolling stock behind this and see if we can run a train. Looks like we've got a little piece that clips on here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's move our train up a little. There we go. These cars are very well weighted, which is good. A lot of modern, cheap cars you get in the starter sets, they don't have very much weight and they fly right off. These have actual weight. They're made with quality in America. All right. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? I think we got a little derailment. Here appears to be the cause of our little derailment. This is a mistake that every model railroader, even if they're a experienced one, will make once in a while, which is where you accidentally slip the joiner under the rail. You have to make sure you get them even, otherwise you'll have derailments like what you just saw. So here it is, a fully functional 1960s era Tyco Mantua train set. I think this is an absolutely wonderful little train set, and it's running absolutely wonderfully in my opinion. And it might be yours quite soon, because as at least one of you guys might have guessed, I'm going to be giving away this set as a thank you to you guys for getting me to 2,000 subscribers and for all your support. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a future video. Bye.